Look at this. It is absolutely surreal what is behind me right now. And I am so grateful to be here in the epic Dolomite mountains. And I thought, this is a great place to talk about a topic that is on many of your minds. And it's this: how to live a life where we can become comfortable with the uncomfortable. See, life will always throw us its curveballs. That's the nature of life. It's just going to happen. We might want things to be smooth sailing at all times, but imagine if all of this was a smooth sailing pavement. Imagine if all of this was a smooth valley, right? There's beauty in the rough edges of life. And so in this video, we're going to talk about how to become comfortable with the uncomfortable. I'm going to share with you some specific ways that I've done this in my own life so that you can start doing it in yours and start living with grace under pressure. Here we go.
How do you deal with change? Whether it's deciding to take on a new job, a new position, or moving on from a deep relationship, or even moving to a new city or country, transitions can be challenging, right? I totally get it. You don't know what's next. You might ask, did I make the right decision? You might feel anxious about the uncertainty and even not being in control. If you can relate to this, then this video will offer you 5 ideas that will help you become more comfortable with the uncomfortable and navigate change with greater ease, courage, and confidence. And the backdrop of this big topic is going to be the epic Dolomite mountain range of the Italian Alps. I spent the last few weeks hiking towards some incredible views with profound stories. So if you're a hiker, climber, or nature lover, then I'll share these 4 must visits in the course of this video.
This is just an absolutely incredible view. I mean, the epic peaks, the clouds coming in, the sun shining through. This place is called Tre Chime something something something. Can't quite pronounce it, but I don't need to. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the view for a bit.
Now I'm gonna start with some hard truths that actually may give us some hope. See, the nature of this worldly experience we are all sharing in is that things won't always make sense to us or feel easy. The world is a great illusory drama that we are all at various stages of awakening out of. And this dream state tries to convince us that we are small, vulnerable beings. That this is a world of limited resources and all that it has to offer in the visible experience is all there is that we all have to compete over. So of course, this is going to feel like an anxious and uncomfortable experience with this limited view of life. Now, I was once at a silent retreat, and through a handwritten note, I asked the head of the ashram, a wise guru, why do we have to go through all these challenges, all this heartache, all this pain, only to wake up and realize that we were always at one with the divine all along? What's the point? He was pretty blunt. He looked at me and he said, it's all a game and we're on the hardest level. Now, here's what I understand what he said to mean. Our life gives us an incredible opportunity to realize our divine origin, infinite in spiritual nature and at one-ment with God. The human experience is the only experience that can arrive at this profound realization and opportunity. Now, when we realize this, we no longer have a need to participate in this earthly experience. We have won the game. Or as Apostle Paul wrote, run in such a way as to get the prize and get a crown that lasts forever. We run, we overcome challenges of this life to experience the eternal bliss and peace of the kingdom of heaven, or what others may call the ultimate goal of everlasting nirvana or union with infinite consciousness. See, this world is designed to be our teacher, a wise, loving, and intelligent teacher that sees us fully in our absolute and highest potential. And what do the best teachers do? They challenge us to grow, right? And they show us what we might not be seeing about our own potential. And growth, is that always comfortable? No, it's not. Especially if we are resisting the lesson that we most need to learn in that moment. The more we resist, the more discomfort we will feel. And this is why change is uncomfortable. We resist the very medicine that's needed for our growth. If you want it easy, then you can have it easy. Just know that you won't experience your absolute potential either. So now that we know why challenges and the feeling of discomfort and anxiousness exists, I'm going to share with you 5 powerful affirmations that will give you comfort and hopefully bring greater ease into your transitions. Let's go. When we have thoughts like, why do I have to go through this? Or this is not fair that I'm experiencing this. This is self-pity, self-victimization. It's keeping you small. Instead, when you acknowledge the challenge ahead and frame your situation as something that you chose to do this, you chose to grow, you chose to move towards your dreams, you chose to move towards your goal, it gives you a sense of responsibility. That is, the ability to respond. You have agency. In one of my favorite lectures by English writer and speaker Alan Watts, he describes how life would be if everything went our way, if we received everything we desired. At first, this would be amazing, right? It would be a blast. We could do anything we wanted to, have any experience, have everything our way. We would be thoroughly entertained. It'd be a lot of fun.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Then, knowing that everything would unfold exactly as we wished, we'd slowly start to get a little bored of this, right? You want it, you get it. You know exactly how things are going to turn out. This is going to get boring after a while. So soon we'd start to ask to have some random adventures where the outcome was unknown. This would add a little bit more excitement and spice into our life. This would stimulate and excite us. Adventures are adventures because of the element of the unknown. And soon enough, we'd want this to be our experience always. So isn't that an interesting paradox? Even if we wanted to have everything and be in control of it all, in the end, we would be desiring freedom and adventure more. We'd end up exactly where we are right now. So the system you're in right now is perfect. Challenges are a part of it, and you can meet them with anxiety and resistance, or you can shift to viewing life as one great adventure where the ultimate prize reveals your highest potential. Either way, you chose it, so make the most of it. The practice of physical yoga teaches us this lesson on the mat as we move from one position to the next. Now, I thought about doing some yoga in front of the camera for the B-roll here, but I'm neither elegant nor graceful enough to do that, so cue stock footage of more aesthetically pleasing yoga type people for this sequence. Okay. I recall when I first started doing yoga that transitions were difficult, but my teacher would remind me, smile through the transition. As difficult as the transitions might be, or make the transition more gracefully, with more elegance, breathe deliberately into each movement. See, when your muscles feel like you're burning, breathe into the transition to release it, to relax the body, your face, and meet each moment with grace and a smile. Allow yourself to feel the fear of the unknown and then move gracefully, wisely, gently into it until the fear dissolves into the nothingness it emerged from. By breaking the practice down into small and intentional movements, you master moment by moment until the session is conquered. This victory on the mat is the perfect metaphor for how you can show up in the midst of transition, challenge, and discomfort, demonstrating grace, fluidity, and progress under pressure. When you go on a road trip or on a hike, do you have a need to know the details of every single path or road, the position of every single flower, the position of every view that's about to show up? No, this is what makes these experiences enjoyable. You're in the moment. You don't need to know what view awaits you until you're around the bend and you get there, and then you'll be surprised, you'll be amazed, you'll be in awe, and it's likely better than you could have even imagined it to be, right? After a breakup, or if you're starting a new career, a new transition, moving to a new place, we want answers, we want certainty, we want clarity. It might feel dark in the moment, like we're in a cave feeling our way through with little assistance, right? It's dark, we don't know where we're stepping, this is difficult. This is me walking through hidden Austrian cave fortifications from World War I at a location called Sastistria, as the Italians call it, or Hechstenstein, as the Germans call it. That felt interesting to say. Hechstenstein. It was dark in there. Every step I took, I had to be very mindful and careful. And there are moments in life that sometimes we need to slow down our pace, and we get to be mindful as well. And if you're looking to learn how to slow down, watch my previous video on the art of patience and taking things slow. Now, one of my mantras is, I let go of the need to know. I don't need to know. Jesus often walked up to his disciples and said to them suddenly, "Get up, let's go." They didn't need to know where they were going, yet their footsteps took them into victory, even if it meant laying down their lives for what they believed in. You don't know what next pose the yoga teacher is going to call out. You just flow as the instructor calls out the poses. You breathe, you move with grace and intention, and you smile because you know the one whose call you're following is only leading you to your highest potential. Your intuition, that wisdom within you, is only leading you to your highest potential. Embracing the unknown means you embrace trust and faith. Faith in your own abilities and faith in who you are entrusting your progress to. When I feel shaken by uncertainty or doubt, my confidence to keep moving forward comes from knowing who walks before me, behind me, and next to me. And I know who walks before me, behind me, and next to me because I pray to feel the presence of divine love with me, to lead me by my right hand and hold me tight by the left, so I have no choice but to be moved in the right direction. And if I don't, if I still manage to move in the wrong direction, then it's okay. As long as my heart and my intention is in the right place, I know I'm going to be rerouted to the right path. And that's what makes this life experience the greatest of adventures.
What is it about mountains that just makes us so full of awe at them? It's just so incredible, the light passing through them. But what is it? What is it about mountains? So I think I've answered the question that I've been thinking about all day, and since I asked it in this video, why is our heart so stirred when we experience the mountain? And when we see a mountain like this, what we are seeing is a mass of harmony, the fullness of nature in front of us. And when we see the fullness of nature, this is divine artistry expressed. And usually we're sitting in front of screens, we're in a city environment, and these abstract lines and sounds, these are so not in tune with nature. but to see the harmony of that beautiful landscape, and our soul harmonizes it with it, because this is the brilliance of divine authorship in front of us right now, because we're face to face with harmony.
When I feel deeply challenged, you know those moments where the anxiousness and the fear starts to grip you, I know it's time for a deep one-on-one with God, because we're not meant to do this alone. I close my eyes and I remind myself of certain truths. That 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. I am the image and likeness of God. I can do all things through God who strengthens me, and that divine love meets all my needs, ensures all my needs are met. As I focus on these truths, a warm presence starts to fill me. It starts moving from the top of my head and starts moving down my spine. And it feels like warm light moving through 1,000 or millions of branches throughout my body. And as it moves through every part of my body, it's like I become lit up with light from within. And I know in this place of comfort, in this place of peace, in this place of clarity, that all is well, that God is with me. And if God is with me, what is impossible for me? Trusting God as my source of all is what gets me through the toughest of moments. The truth is, you and I are spirit, always held in the loving hands of God. And the more we feel into this and feel the truth of this, anxiety and fear will depart with the same proportion of our awareness on God, which is love. See, anxiety and fear cannot coexist with the feeling of love and power that comes when we meditate on the experience and relationship of God. Now, in moments of challenge, people often say, God is testing me. God must be testing me. They are wrong. God doesn't need to test you. God is all-knowing and already knows what you're capable of. The question is, do you know what you're capable of? The testing is revealing who you are, not to God, but to yourself. And you are spirit. And what can ever hurt spirit? What can spirit ever fear? What is impossible to spirit?
So this video is about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, and I've got my friend Aurelia here in the corner, deep breathing, because we are so high up and this view is epic. And every time I move, I shake this thing, and she is utterly horrified. So Aurelia,
No.
when you first started this cable car ride, how did it feel for you? Okay, so this is the perfect topic to cover right now. When we're talking about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, it's, hey, instead of freaking out, can we just focus on the incredible view that is all around us? We're gonna check back with Aurelia when we get to the top and see how she feels with a clearer vantage point.
Oh my gosh.
And we have made it to the top, and you can see next to me and behind me the incredible jagged edges of the seceda. This is what people travel thousands of miles to see.
That was a fun experience, and those views, I still think about them today. The way the light danced across the green lawn, the way the mountains were covered and uncovered by the clouds, it was just absolutely stunning. So once you get to the top, you will know exactly why you had to take each step you took. Each detour you took, each trail you traversed, it is all going to make sense. Each rock you stumbled on, you're going to understand it from the top. For now, can you do your best to enjoy the view? Carefully at times, especially for those seemingly scary moments. And in your own pace, move towards your goal. Remember, progress is the law of God.
And before I forget, because I just ran into Aurelia on the trail, how was the trip up the cable car?
Oh my God, the vertical glass prison brought you to altitude.
But now that you've moved through the discomfort of the moment, how are you feeling about everything?
I mean, come on. It was worth it.
Any advice for moving through the discomfort?
Just breathe.
And then you get to experience clarity. Clarity like this.
These views were so inspiring to me, I could just sit and watch them for hours. Perhaps these visuals will inspire you to go take a hike or a walk in someplace beautiful near you. Thank you so much for watching this video and being a part of the Now I Rise community. If you liked this video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. Also, if you want to see me accidentally climb to the top of a 10,000-foot volcano in Bali, and the lessons I learned along the way, go ahead and watch this video. I'll drop a link at the end. So until next time, may peace be with you.